بلوچی ہم، ہندی ہم، بلوچی ہم، پنجابی ہم، پٹھان ہم، ایک پرچم کے نیچے پاک فوج کے جوان ہم، پاکستان پاکستان تجھ پر قربان ہم، پاکستان پاکستان تجھ پر قربان ہم، ہندی ہم، بلوچی ہم، ہندی ہم، بلوچی ہم، پنجابی ہم، پٹھان ہم، ایک پرچم کے نیچے
انگریزوں نے ورلڈ وار 2 کے بعد پارٹیشن سے پہلے انڈیا کو 2 حصوں میں تقسیم کیا، مارشل کلاسز اینڈ نان مارشل کلاسز. تو مارشل کلاسز were those people who are in Pakistan today، اور جو ریسٹ آف انڈیا وہ نان مارشل کلاسز میں وہ لوگ تھے. ان کو جتنی بھی انسٹیٹیوشنز ہیں جو نئے ملک بننے میں ہونی چاہیے انٹیکٹ ملی، انفراسٹرکچر سارا وہاں پہ موجود تھا. اکتوبر 47 میں جب میں راولپنڈی میں ہوائی جہاز سے اترا تو پاکستان میں GHQ ہی نہیں تھا. ایک اسکیلیٹن سا آرگنائزیشن تھی جو ناردرن کمانڈ کی کا ہیڈ کوارٹر ہوا کرتا تھا، جو وہاں پہ GHQ بننا تھا. میری پہلی جاب ہی یہی تھی کہ ادھر آرمی ہیڈ کوارٹرز میں ایک سیٹ اپ کروں، چھوٹا سا سیل، جو بعد میں آمد کو ڈائریکٹریٹ بن گیا اور بہت بڑا ہوا. لیکن میں پہلا افسر تھا جو وہاں پہ پہنچا. اس وقت جنرل گریسی جو تھا وہ کمانڈر ان چیف تھا، نامنیٹ کیا ہوا ماؤنٹ بیٹن ان لوگوں کا، اور کافی انگریز افسر بھی یہاں پہ تھے. میری ٹینک ریجمنٹ تھی اور ہم صرف 6 ٹینک ریجمنٹس ہیں. ہمیں بہت سے ٹاسک دیے جاتے تھے. شروع میں ہمیں بہت مشکلات ملی. ہمیں ایک تو ایسٹس جو ہیں وہ بہت کم انڈیا نے رکھ لیے جو ہمیں دینے چاہیے تھے. ان میں سے بہت سے ایسٹس انہوں نے ٹرنکیٹڈ حالت میں دیے، بہت ہمیں کم دیے.
ہندی ہم، بلوچی ہم، پنجابی ہم، پٹھان ہم، ایک پرچم کے نیچے پاک فوج کے جوان ہم.
اسائنمنٹ مل گئی کہ بھائی ابھی آپ جائیں. ہم نے آمد کو اسکول جس میں میں تھا احمد نگر میں وہ قائم کرنا ہے نوشہرہ میں. ادھر میں گیا اور میرے ساتھ 3-4 اور آفیسرز بھی بھیجے ہوئے. تو ہم لوگوں نے جا کے ایک سکھ ریجمنٹ کی بیرکس ہوتی تھیں ان کو ٹیک اوور کیا، اس میں آمد کور کی سیٹنگ کی. پہلے 3-4 سال میں کسی جگہ پہ 6 مہینے رہتے تھے آپ، کسی جگہ سے 4 مہینے رہتے تھے. پھر دوسری جاب پہ جاؤ، دوسری ڈیمانڈ کافی ہوتی تھی نا.
پاکستان تجھ پر قربان ہم، پاکستان پاکستان تجھ پر قربان ہم.
In 1947, the total strength of the army, I think, was about 6 divisions. And the total strength of the army should be close to 150,000, 200,000. That is about all. This army was comparable to the best in the world because it was a war-tested army. All the senior officers and the Jawans, they had been, not all, but most of them had been through the Second World War. So they came to the Pakistan Army, you see, as war-tested soldiers, and they wanted to serve the new country. The first commander-in-chief was a Britisher. His name was General Sir Frank Messervy. And then his number 2 was Lieutenant General Gracie. GHQ was there very much. So actually GHQ before partition was the headquarters of the Northern Command. And Northern Command was converted into General Headquarters. So Pakistan had nothing except for the staff college that we had. We did not have any ordnance factory. We did not have any academy. We did not even have an OTS, officer training school. We had nothing practically. And India got most of the assets. We had to raise the PMA because the IMA, Indian Military Academy, was left in Dehradun. And I had 3-month basic training at one of the centers. And basic training was to train you, to give you the basic know-how about the army, know something about the field craft, and the handling of small weapons, hand grenades and rifles and what have you, and other things, of course. But it was not the same way as might be see at a officer training school or the Pakistan Military Academy, because I never went to PMA. But as soon as I completed my training, I was a captain with retrospective effects in terms of pay and allowances and all that. If you are aspiring to be an officer, then you will have to go through the laid down procedure. You have to report to the recruiting office, initial introduction, and then if you are selected, then you go to the Inter-Service Selection Board. It was in Kohat, and I think still remains in Kohat. There you are put through very intensive training for a year, I suppose, and that determined your career. If you got through the ISI, Inter-Service Selection Board, ISSI, then you are assigned to the military academy or the officer training school, OTS. Now, OTS was meant for short service commission, and PMA was for regular permanent commission. And that was a 2-year course there. And after 2 years, you said regiment. Now, we had several regiments. A regiment is the large body of men, and we had several regiments. We had the Punjab regiment, which was the senior most, followed by the Frontier Force. I may not be exactly, but I remember that Punjab regiment, the first, was the oldest regiment of the Indian Army. We had, I think, 4 or 5 Punjab regiments. Then we had the Frontier Force. And Frontier Force, they have their own battalions. And then my regiment, Baloch regiment, I'm Balochi. Sindh regiment came again, I think just a little before Pakistan broke up. Oh, much later, yes, of course. But that was a late addition to the Pakistan Army. And mind you, Sindh regiment doesn't mean that it is Hindis, no, certainly not. The officers are in Punjabis or Pathan, and this is how it should be. So, a Punjab regiment has many Pathans in it, and a Pathan regiment has many Punjabis and also refugees in the officer corps. A salary of a Jawan was 15 rupees a month, plus free rations, free uniform, free medical care of the best type, and free accommodation where available. Or else they would give him some sort of accommodation allowance. I, as a captain, my salary was 400 rupees. We were left with nothing on our hand except our very high morale and except our resolve to bring the army to the level where it should be, ought to be, and very successful. Because then people had a sense of devotion to duty, which naturally, you see, a different time, and you can't have the same breed of people now, see, because it's totally changed.
Pakistan, Pakistan, tujh par qurban.